Welcome back to another episode of FOMO Pass. I'm joined by Brian Evans, my co-host, and this is a show where early stage projects come on and pitch us their idea. And today we have Bonuz, which is a revolutionary social engagement Web3 platform for everyone. And Matthias is here to explain more. Welcome to the show.
Hi, George, and hi, Brian. Thank you for having me on your epic show.
Thanks for coming on.
Welcome.
The project as much and as good as I can.
Yeah, please do so. Tell us more about your project, and we'll start asking questions.
Okay, so I will be sharing my screen, but first I like to say that Bonuz is a Web3 social engagement platform. It's a super app, so it's something never really built before in that way, but a lot of the elements which we used, they've been built already before. So we use like technologies like token gating, proof of attendance, self-sovereign identity, dynamic NFTs, because we have NFTs which have utilities inside, but which can be redeemable in the real world. Since we are in Dubai, we're trying to integrate in the real world a lot because our government embraces technology very much. And that's why this project, it's very special. So I will share my screen a little bit, and maybe I will go through the deck a little bit. I know I have just 10 minutes, so I'm trying to make it entertaining. So there are a lot of problems, obviously, how we know. One of them is Web2 to Web3 onboarding. And the most people nowadays, if we want to aim and target into the main markets, is that the most people aimed in the mainstream, that the most people don't even know how to use MetaMask, Trust Wallet. All those wallets are too complicated. Also, the gas fees transaction, having a native token, it's not really friendly for the mass market. So we solved these problems in certain ways. And we built an app which has a Web2 style and is still Web3. Also, we need to use special blockchains for that, which I will also go deeper into it. So I come from the creator space myself. I used to run a social media agency. I still have it here in Dubai. I was doing a lot of road campaigns with influencers and creators and also activations. And I've seen often the problems which they have. Also, I noticed that a lot of the creators, they can't maximize like their potential with their fans, and also their content doesn't arrive to the audience all of the time, especially in Instagram. You know, if it doesn't come to the explore mode, maybe even not even 1% or 2% of the people seeing it. There's a lot of problems in Web2 which we can fix with Web3. But Bonuz, it's like an aggregation platform. So as George said, Bonuz is the first revolutionary social engagement app, and it's the ecosystem that empowers businesses, brands, communities, events, creators to create new advanced gateways of interactions with their valued customer, fans, and members. So Bonuz is a B2B2C platform, which means that we are like Bonuz to the business, to the customer, which means that the business could be event and the event visitors. The business could be the creator and his fans. The business could be a membership club and the members. And how this works is by token gating. So this way, and with the digital identity. All right, so this is the Bonuz platform. And as you guys see, on the left side is the discovery mode. And on the right side, we have the menu. So we basically log in here with like Web3 out, which gives us a wallet address. Then we also have a wallet in the background, but mainly the wallet address is for people to put their Web2 logins, all of them. And if they put their Web2 logins, they need also later on to authenticate them. So why do we do this? Because then every user can kind of get tracked in the actions he does online. So you know how Andrew Tate, for example, empowers himself by creating so much content that the fans of Andrew Tate simply start spreading the content, and because he has this affiliate link, the people get 40–50% of the revenue they're selling. So we do it in a similar way, that just that people don't need to put any affiliate links anymore if they have their community, for example. So you can imagine in the discovery mode, it's all like apps and decentralized apps, which will be in it. So we have partners like events, for example. So those events, this World Club Dome has 180,000 people. So there we try to do proof of attendance and gamification. But those gamifications, they just need to be tracked in a proper way by seeing what the users are doing. And by seeing what these users are doing can only happen if we can see their Web2 socials. And that's why they need to authenticate them. So we kind of not surveil them, but they allow their community to see what they are doing. So if they do good things on their behalf, they will collect points. So creators, for example, who have creator tokens, we signed all of these guys, and one of them guys has even 70 million followers combined. This is Julius. So they will bring out their own tokens at some time, but in a limited supply, of course. In a supply so scarce that the tokens need to sell out. So, for example, Movlogs right here, he has like 40 million followers combined. And we believe that he can sell around 400,000 tokens. Now the fans who buy the tokens, they will get some utilities from him. And I will go deeper in the utilities. Later, I have a sheet where it's the bonus token utilities and the creator token utilities. But when they have his token, basically, they will receive content every time when he posts the content and the user has the token, he will receive the content like a picture on Instagram, but he will actually own it. So if there are 400,000 tokens, there will be 400,000 NFTs minted, which come as a content piece. And then they will come here. And for memberships, the memberships where the people, which kind of membership NFTs they have, also come here. They will be shown. It's more like a display area. And in the discover area, the user can figure out what's on the platform, loyalty programs, we have restaurants. And in these restaurants, we put gamifications. And those gamifications will be like quests. Take a picture of the food, upload it, share on Facebook, this and that, take a picture of the crowd, take a selfie here, meet somebody, try this food. And when users, they do this type of things, they will receive as NFTs, they will not receive money. And we also don't drop them bonus token because otherwise it would be inflationary. And we want people to have like a kind of barter economy where they add value to their venues and in the same time get venues back. So we have multiple functionalities. And in the future, one of our partners is also Magic Square. We're planning that certain apps which could work out of the bonus ecosystem, because the Magic Square is just for decentralized applications, to just add them here and show them. Now we cannot see it, but between these two buttons here, where I switch down, if people go to an event, if they log themselves in, and they log themselves in by scanning, for example, their QR code, which has connected to the wallet address and which also kind of verifies that it's their digital identity, and that now then the restaurant knows, okay, user Matthias Mendy came in and he has like 300,000 followers. Let's send him some special quest, and he can basically do this quest and then he'll get a reward. The same for universities. We have the Sharjah University, it's a big university. But furthermore, we actually want to put the course gurus and all the people who have some good classes online, we like to put them there in order to basically give them the option to receive the certificate as a soulbound NFT. to their wallet. So we just allow them to connect. Once they partner with Bonuz, they connect with the Bonuz sign-in. And if I sign out.
Hey, Matthias, we're a little bit above 10 minutes here.
Already over 10 minutes.
We can go into questions though.
Yeah.
George, you want to start?
Ooh, I have a lot of questions.
Okay.
So I'm still trying to wrap my head around the whole thing, like what the premise of this social app is. And from what I gather is a couple different things. Number one is you're building a social ID especially for influencers, so that you can tag all their social content within an address. And then also with that social ID allows businesses to cater experiences or quests for these influencers. And because of that, you could also get these influencers to, I think, create tokens, which become NFTs, which are valuable things that their fans may want to own. That's kind of how I got what I got out of yours. Is that accurate?
Yes, it's kind of correct. Just that the tokens will be tokens and not NFTs. NFTs we will use for small users, like people who have few thousand followers, small amounts, because they won't be able to sell out huge amount of the tokens. And plus, when we create a token, even for a creator or celebrity, and then we need in the same time to like register a company for that, you know. So because it's a token, and NFTs, we don't have to go all those legal steps.
Yeah, because I know that you're operating to Dubai, but there was a company or a project in the United States that had the same premise, allowed influencers or celebrities to create their own social token, and they shut down because of regulatory concerns. So do you have any of those concerns, or are you just not allowing US citizens to apply?
In terms of the creators, like my market targeting, it's more India and celebrities and people who live in this area. So I would love to work with American celebrities, because also like I've been many times in LA and I have some great friends there, and you know, it's not really hard to meet them, but do the regulatory side and do the aggressive SEC, punishing everybody. It's better to use the Asian artists in the beginning. And some of the people which we signed, for example, they really have huge followings and stuff. And therefore we are already good. We just need to make the proof of concept with the first kind of creator. And then once we have this done, then we will open the gates, because the creators, they will make a lot of money, you know.
Now on this screen here, sorry to cut you off, so I know Julius Dean, is he actively involved, or is this like just a placeholder? No
placeholder. Julius Dean is my very good friend. He stayed also at our villa here when he visited.
Tell him I said hi, it's been a while.
yeah, he's not here now. I think he is now Muay Thai boot camp in Thailand or something.
Okay.
Also. But we are
now,
very good friends.
Yeah, and what is the revenue model on your side? Because I get it. I see the micro workers, mechanical Turks kind of comparison where you can have people go out and do the gamifications. And I see the other models where you could be selling different things. Are you just taking a piece of all those, or is there how do you make money?
The revenue model, it's like this, that for example, let's say we make this Movlox token. So let's say we make 400,000 pieces, and then we sell one for $30. It should not be expensive. It's like a 2-year subscription, because weekly the creator is forced to post a picture. Because you see, from this $12 million which we might raise for his tokens, 0.8 will go to him. Sorry, 12 million.
So you're taking a 20% cut, basically.
Taking a 20% cut.
Just on the creation of the tokens, or are you talking about just every transaction?
No, just one time. We take why this calculator times 30 divide times 0.8. Boom. So 9.6 million would go to the creator, but from this 9.6 million, we give him only like about 25% immediately, and the rest money, that will get vested. So, oh my God,
Okay.
I used the wrong one. I'm so
And
sorry.
while you're doing that, numbers, sorry, one last thing. So in Julius's case, for instance, what is someone like him doing? Because that's huge. He's got a really he's got a huge following and it's massively engaged. So if you've got him doing anything substantial, that's a huge plus in my mind.
Of course, Julius, he makes magic tricks and magic
Yep.
shows, and he has very special magic videos also.
Right.
And I
Right.
feel this could be the content for the people. He could show content which he doesn't show anywhere for the people. So Julius, he would need to post something every week.
So are you competing with the Patreons? I apologize to keep cutting you off. Are you competing with like the Patreons of the world?
Not direct competition, but we have a competitor analysis here in the deck. And you see we have like
I see Patreon there.
And Patreon, Ko-Fi.
Yeah.
All
So
those
there's an overlap with those markets.
Yeah,
kind of like right. And what kind of traction is this pre-launch or are you launched?
I did not launch the token yet. I've been building long time. It was a super tough journey. I mean, on Gitbook, we had at one time 89 repositories, and we built so much. Like some people make jokes. They say, "Oh, you built Google or something," but we don't. It's just really huge. And yeah. And the creators, they should just have the best. They should be able also not just to give content to their fans, but in the same time, the fans can support them by sharing their content, same like they do for Andrew Tate. And then they could give them, because we account this with a top 100, they can give them simply like a meet and greet. Top 100 people meet and greet once a year. And then maybe tens of thousands of people will start becoming the army and supporting them and blasting their content all over the internet.
So I was going to ask you, I'm glad you brought this up, because if creators and celebrities are creating their tokens, what does that have to do with the bonus token? But I see that in order to buy these other tokens created, you have to use the bonus token. And plus it's the governance and tipping. So that's pretty good. I did want to ask, do you have a in-app DEX? Because let's say in Julius's case, he sells 1 million tokens. Now 1 million of his fans own that token, but what about more fans want exclusive content? Can he create more tokens, or does the other fans have the ability to buy tokens from other people? Like, how would that work? Because if that's a subscription kind of gate into his exclusive content, how do you solve the problem where others may want to come in later on?
Very good question. We put the scarcity to make sure that the tokens are sold out. And that's why the creator cannot decide how many tokens he wants to create. So there will be a trade. We are still thinking if we should put some type of DEX, but we also not decided on which blockchain we will launch this creator tokens. We decided for the bonus token, because you see, we don't want them to have a market price like in CoinMarketCap or something like that. But since there's a scarcity, and if the creator gets more popular, there's a big chance that the users actually might be able to sell the token for way more money. This would be very speculative, but the idea is not to trade. But we also want to do a system where there's a trading tax happening. So every time the token gets sold, let's say a token got bought for $30, now they sell it for $50. Now, on top of the $50, there's a 10% sales tax, where the creator gets half of the money, and Bonus gets half of the money, and this premium is paid by the new buyer. So this way we also have an incentive.
Yeah. I see here
they should never sell the tokens. They should never sell the tokens. We really want utility. You know, I don't want to have some crazy trading stuff. I really want to build something with purpose, and where money, it's not too heavy involved, but more like barter utilities, doing things for other people and proving this with like some online verifications, like a Gleam campaign a little bit.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, real quick, sorry, Brian, just one last thing, because like I mentioned, there was a company in the US that did exactly the same thing called Rally. Okay. And
Rally,
they stressed, you know, utility, exclusive asset, assets, you know, pictures and movies or messages and stuff like that. Right. But the thing is, in their system, they had a built-in inflation rate, so that based on the number of users and stuff like that, there'll be an inflation rate. And they also kept it in-house. So to your point, they didn't have it on Ethereum or Polygon because they didn't want people to actively trade them outside. They kept it in-house, but they also had an inflation system, which also I think they implemented because if there's new people coming in, they're able to buy those coins. So I don't know if I heard you answer this, or maybe I missed it. So again, if the system dictates how many tokens a creator has, how does new people come in and get into those exclusive content from these creators? How does the system generate more? Or if there's none, then how can new people come in? I missed that part.
This system doesn't generate new tokens. The drop is done, 500,000 token, 100,000 token, whatever, and that's it. There will be no more tokens generated.
So it's like an airdrop.
New people can't come in.
Eventually, in the future, we could build something, but for the first 2 years, surely they cannot drop any token, because you see the users, they will receive this weekly NFT drops based on a screenshot, based on their creator token held in the wallet. So all of those wallets which have the token at the time receive the NFT, the picture. So it would not be fair to issue more extra tokens. That's why we like to do it from the beginning, to calculate the right number and issue them. What we could do is we could create a total token supply and simply release only 80% of it, and the creator could sell them himself with a premium later on, or different editions with some gear. But at the end of the day, we did not really plan this yet, but it's possible, because some people, they might blow up more, but then you see it's not really fair to put new tokens in the system, because
right, but then that limits him. Like someone like Julius, who has 70+ million subscribers, you know, more people will learn about this after the fact. It's almost like your system is creating FOMO so that fans rush in, grab all the tokens, right? But then newer fans can never experience it. If you don't solve that problem, that's going to be a big issue, because it's almost like you're creating FOMO on purpose, but then there's no way for future people to enjoy the content from these creators.
Or is there? Are we missing something?
Yeah, I mean, I think he said he hasn't thought about this yet.
Okay.
Oh no, the content can be, the users, they can, like the users who receive the content of the celebrities, they are free to share this content online. That's why we want to make it on an EVM chain. But you see, Instagram doesn't support Aurora Plus blockchain, for example. And to mint those NFTs on BSC would be too expensive. We could make a promote where we put 5 options to tailor it to different blockchains, but then it would become so much Web3 and complicated for mainstream users. And I believe that in 2-3 years or 4 years, when blockchain becomes total standards, when the CBDCs will be out, nobody will even care which blockchain something it's on, as long the experience works out.
Right, but in that sense, can they do repeat drops or something? So like, I'm just curious why the model was built like this. So I follow different, markets where they might do a shoe drop, and there's 100 shoes available, or whatever the product is, watches, whatever it is, an exclusive short run of something exclusive. Was that the thinking behind this, that Julius might want to do 50 drops of a short, something that is intentionally not something that's going to get rebought or resold? It's just like a one drop of one type of content, another drop of a type of content. Is that the idea?
The idea is to drop multiple times NFTs as a content, as a picture,
Right,
but for token
right.
drops, because the token gives the token gating functionalities, also what NFTs can do. Just the important is that in the beginning, every creator or influencer which we will launch, it's very important that he offers what he will deliver. So if he, one thing it's mandatory, it's the content airdrop subscription. They must put 104 contents, because you see creators, sometimes they might get lazy. They receive the money and say bye-bye. That's why we vesting them about for 104 weeks. So they really deliver this content. And if they now want to give their fans VIP status on events or exclusive access to event tickets, this is also not really easy, but because those tickets for events, they are controlled by like big Ticketmaster or by huge agencies, so they can't just decide what they do. But eventually, there could be a kind of code that the token holders receive a code which they put, and they can secure themselves a concert ticket before everyone else. But all those things, they get not promised. We try to do them. We try to get there.
How do you prevent someone for actually posting the content? You said you vet them, but is there any security? Are you locking up their tokens and releasing it slowly to them? Like, how can you guarantee that these creators will create exclusive content every single month?
Every single week they must.
Or every single week. So how do you actually enforce that?
The thing is, if I'm the creator and you see, Bonuz doesn't make the promotion to the buyers of Julius token. This is something what the creator has to do himself, because he has the reach on his platform. So he reaches his own audience. So they will come because they love him, not because of Bonuz. We just give the facilities and the app and the infrastructure for them to put their people on board, to have a turnkey solution where they easily can onboard those people. So if the creator gives false promises, then we are not the very bad guys. He's the bad guy, but we prevent the creator to not do that by vesting them. And this way we also create a true DeFi yield, you know, because we actually lock the raised money up. And also, to the correction, the raising and bonus for the tokens, it does not happen with bonus tokens, not for creator tokens. Bonus tokens can be used for tipping and small services on the platform, but we will raise in stable coins and we will raise with fiat. And we want even to raise in the Apple Store, and this 30%, we like to add them on top for those who buy in the Apple Store. And it's possible to do that. Just that the reselling won't work on Apple. That's something I can guarantee.
So you're using the financial incentive to keep them to deliver and from doing anything like not delivering. And they are so you're the issuer of the tokens, correct? You as Bonuz, they are not. Julius wouldn't be the issuer and the seller of the tokens. He's like the promoter of it, essentially, correct?
Exactly. But it is his token, and you know, and the money gets paid by us to them, so they can trust us. And being in Dubai, also a lot of tax advantages and a lot of other things for creators possible.
So I have one final question for you, and we have to wrap it up. But you know, on your slide, and one of these slides, it showed all these other services like Patreon, OnlyFans, Chili's, and you know they're all up there. A lot of X's versus a lot of your green. But most of those, at least the ones on the left, Patreon and OnlyFans, their subscription monthly. So the creators get something every single month. And if they don't perform, then of course their fans leave. With your system, with these creators that create their tokens, it seems like it's a one-time sale, and then they have to perform every single week. Why would they do that when they can make more with Patreon and OnlyFans, where they're collecting every single month rather than a one-time sale?
I'm not sure exactly if they can make more with Patreon or OnlyFans. First of all, OnlyFans has a very bad reputation. because of the XXX content. So not everybody would like to go there. Then OnlyFans doesn't have any functionality other than Visa and MasterCard. Not even Amex works on OnlyFans.
Right.
Then they are kind of limited. On Patreon, it's different. It's a much more respectable platform, but still they would have to do these things, receive monthly and weekly money, but they don't receive millions immediately. With our platform, they'll receive it and they'll have an income stream every week just for posting a picture. Plus, when we properly about to launch them, even we will create content for them. We will
But there's no
we have already.
There's no income stream. The income stream is one time after the sale. They're not selling any more tokens after the sale. So there's no income stream, right? That is just a one-time sale.
There's merchandise actually. Every creator gets a merchandise shop also. And they will sell fidgetals there because this is print on demand with fidgetal. So this is a sample for the bonus version. This is like Shopify and stuff, but basically imagine the fans, they will create the designs. We teach them how to use the tools, give them some instructions from YouTube's tutorials, 1, 2, 3, 4, download this app, this AI tool, and then they upload it, and then the fans vote for it, and the creator gets nonstop 50% from the sold merchandise. And in the same time, when this happens, also the person who created the design gets royalty. Then the person who shared this content somewhere gets an affiliate kickback. So everybody makes money in bonus. It's like, it is nice, you know. And
is everything viable in crypto here and on the platform itself? Can I just use crypto? Because I think if that was the case, that's a big selling point. Because I know a lot of the other platforms, I don't think does Patreon allow crypto? I'm not sure.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think any of them allow crypto. So if you accept crypto, that could be a unique selling point itself.
Yeah, crypto, it's absolutely needs to be accepted, and it will definitely. For the online stores, we can.
I feel like you have to have that. Yeah.
Right.
It's important. We want to put the best for both worlds.
Sure. Yeah, if you could do both, that's even better, I think. But crypto, I think, is mandatory for something like this to really stand out, especially being in the space of selling essentially tokens and NFT experiences and such.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a really complex, innovative project. I come from enterprise blockchain development, where we built like blockchain for Vodafone in Europe with IBM Hyperledger, and very complicated use cases with tokens which have GPS coordinates, which connected with trucks so they can spoof their location. So a lot of those complicated stuff I try to put in the entertainment.
Which project was that?
This is a company called Gemini. I used to be the chief strategic officer there back in the day. And it's a huge software house here. But then one day I wanted to do also my own thing. And
absolutely.
And this is
I'm familiar with that world, so I was just curious. Yeah.
Sorry, Matthias, but it is time. Thank you for showing your project to us, Bonus. Very interesting project, but now it's time for you to drop off, and then me and Brian, we will talk about whether we should FOMO or pass your project.
Thanks so much. I appreciate you being here, and thanks for presenting it to us.
Yeah.
Thanks for the opportunity, guys. And I know I'm not the best pitcher. We'll hire this person in the future, but you guys are great, and thank you for having me.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you for coming on. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it immediately caught my attention. I call this a 0 or 100 project. It's either going to be a 0 or 100. I think there's nothing much in between. It's either going to be really hit and really do well. They've got all the features. They have, if the Julius Dean thing is real, which it sounds like it is. I think I met him in 2016. He had a couple million followers. He blew up. He's one of the biggest, most followed people in the world. Massive engagement. So if guys like that are actually going to do content and for this, he does have a lot. That alone, that kind of influence could drive adoption of the platform, and that's what you need with this kind of project. If he didn't have someone like that, I would say I would not FOMO, because to get this to work, you need massive, massive influencers. And it looked like he had some other big ones and mid-sized ones as well.
Right. But I'm going to pass because I think I asked him the most important question and he had no answer for it. And that is, how is this going to compete with others? I realize the spin is crypto. Everything is crypto, right? You could buy the tokens with crypto with his bonus tickets, and maybe the merchandise could be bought with crypto. I get that. But ultimately, these content creators, influencers, celebrities, they want to keep making money, right? The cash flow. With all these other subscription services that exist, and I'm sure more is being developed. I mean, we actually talked to one just last week. They're about monthly subscription, and we have heard of people making crazy amount of money every single month, and that's what motivates them to create content every single month or every single week. With this model, these tokens are sold, right? Causes FOMO to come in, and that's it. You can't, someone like Julian or anyone else that's huge that come into the space, how motivated are they going to be to keep posting content every single week forever, but only have sold tokens at the beginning and never have the ability to sell more tokens down the road? That doesn't make any sense. And Matthias seemed like he had no answer to that at all. I think he's so focused on that one sale, which could bring in millions for someone like huge, right? But that's it. And others are being developed right now. The subscription program was with crypto too. That's the biggest reason, because he had no answer for that.
Yeah, I'm dating myself now, but I was around in the product launch formula and digital marketing days of people would launch a lot of one-off info products and all sorts of other products, even physical products, and do one-off launches. They can do well. So there is a market for it potentially. And I guess the way I look at it is, could I launch a repeat project that's more work than the current subscription model that's so common now with the Patreons and even YouTube itself. So I do think there's a market for it. I think I like that he has these big names. It depends on how involved they are. Just asking him a few questions, it sounds like these guys could be doing some substantial launches on. I know Julius, for instance, does these magic shows and has you pay to access this exclusive show or something. So I think he is probably targeting the right people that do lots of promotions for their content. So again, to me, it's a 0 or 100. It's, I'm a gambler, so I'll FOMO on this one. Just because I think if it hits, it's going to be big. I think it'll be very hard. I think he's in a very competitive market. I think your point is very valid if the subscription model is not there, so it's going to be even harder. Right. I think he should probably add that as well. Maybe he could add a subscription service on top of it. I think the fact that he's accepting crypto is in and of itself is big, because if you can do a Patreon that accepts crypto, you're also ahead of others that only are accepting fiat. So I think that opens up some channels. So I would jump in on this one.
All right. Well, I'm still passing. I still have concerns. I just think that even if he made a big splash, because he mentioned he was an agency and he has, say, close ties to these guys, I just don't see how they can sustain themselves over years when they got paid out once. And the other main concern that we didn't even talk about is, the other project I talked about, Rally, shut down because of regulatory concerns, right? Whether these tokens are securities or not.
That's true.
And I know he's operating outside the US right now, but at some point that could be a concern when other countries start going down this path too. So that's another reason why I'm passing.
There could be some concerns there for sure.
Right.
I think with this, his model in his head might be that if he does huge sales with a Julius Dean and those kinds of scale influencers, he might make enough money for them not to care. Julius doesn't need an income stream. He's these kind of guys are super rich. So they can probably go with just doing these one-off large promotions, almost like Kevin Hart would sell out an arena. He doesn't necessarily care much about a subscription, but he wants to sell out a stadium.
But that's
and do
one
a comic
time.
Show.
That's one time. Imagine Kevin
Right.
Hart promised a concert, or not a concert, like a show every single month.
Every week,
by buying one
every
ticket,
week. Yeah. No, it's going to be challenging. Yeah. Again, 0 or 100. It's a 0 or it's a 100.
All right. Well, thanks for everyone for watching another episode of FOMO or Pass. Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments and smash it a like, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you guys next week. Take care.
See you next time.
Bye.